Every morning, the woman would coat her ammunition with a special substance and fire at the monster's scales. Despite repeated attempts, the scales remained completely intact. Underground creatures had emerged, spreading like a plague and devastating human life. Mysteriously, these monsters couldn't climb above 8.0 feet. The remaining humans could only seek refuge in high-altitude areas. Will and his son had spent 3 years in the shelter. However, this day they were interrupted by an unexpected crisis. Will's child suffered from a chronic illness that required medication to stabilize during episode, but now their medical supplies were nearly depleted. So Will approached the woman, inviting her to join him on a trip down the mountain to retrieve medicine from the hospital. Although the mission was dangerous, Will had discovered a relatively safe route. At dawn, Will's friend Katie learned of the mission and volunteered to participate. No matter how Will tried to persuade her to stay, she remained unmoved. Despite knowing the mission was fraught with danger, she insisted on coming along. After Will bid farewell to his son, the 3-person team began their descent. During the journey, the woman explained to her companions that the monsters possessed strong magnetic properties. When a monster approached within half a mile, her detection device would signal an alert. Soon they reached the boundary between the safe zone and the danger zone. Crossing this marked line meant they could encounter threats at any moment. Before long, they arrived at a cable car station. At that moment, the woman's detector began oscillating violently. Clearly, a monster was rapidly approaching their direction. A red beam of light suddenly flashed from deep in the forest. In such open terrain, the monster could easily catch up to them. The only viable escape was to use the cable car system to retreat to higher ground. The 3 team members immediately split up according to different tasks. The woman and Katie were responsible for delaying the monster's advance as much as possible, while Will entered the control room to try to get the cable car system running again. Under pressure, Katie fired a grenade launcher, but the explosive impact barely harmed the monster. The creatures then began charging toward them rapidly. Will restored power at the crucial moment, and the woman immediately jumped onto the starting cable car. Will left the control room and leapt into the car with one bound. Since Katie was too far away, she had to climb the cable system's support tower. Will and the woman kept firing at the monster to stop its pursuit, but the enraged creature extended its tentacles and grabbed the cable car's steel cable. After climbing to the top of the tower, Katie desperately made a dangerous leap toward the car. Fortunately, Will caught her just in time, just as they were about to reach safety. At this critical moment, the steel cable being pulled by the monster suddenly snapped. All 3 were thrown out by the impact of the falling car. Ignoring their injuries, they immediately got up and continued running, with the monster behind them gradually closing the distance.